Hey Art Fam, it's Luis Martin, the art engineer. Welcome to the studio, welcome to the safe space. It is our last episode before the year is over, so let's do something a little bit different. As you can tell, things fall apart. My neon sign fell yesterday. It was like, I don't want to be up there anymore. I think my altar was like, I need more happiness, more magic. So I'll take care of that later. But what do you do when things fall apart? Well, you journal. No, I'm kidding. You build, right? You rebuild. But journaling is a really good way to align yourself, to find your fulcrum. How about that? Find your fulcrum, your balance. So we're gonna do that in a minute. Also, I just want to invite you. I have a new way you can be part of the Art Fam and support. I have been getting a lot of beautiful emails, and a lot of people, for whatever reason, can't join the membership, but they're like, do you have a Patreon? Can I buy you a coffee, as they used to do virtually? So now if you go to collagedream.com, you can become an Art Fam patron, which means for $5 a month you support and keep this neon off the floor and on. So go to collagedream.com and there'll be a link in the comments for you to be part of that. And as a patron, you're going to get your name scrolled at the end of these beautiful YouTube episodes. And also get this, you get to join the Zoom meetings once a month with our members and more. You know, I like to jazz it up. So I invite you to be part of this Art Fam and help me keep the light on, because yes, that is electricity right there. It's not just paint or collage. Okay, how are you? I hope you're doing well. This whole week I've just been like super, I don't want to do a thing, so it's been minimal. I've been hanging around this bakery in my neighborhood. I just sit there, drink coffee, and stare at the desserts. Don't eat them, just stare at them. But I got my coffee. What do you got? Okay, so you know I'm a big journaler. I like to write the best I can. I like to collage in my books. But at the end of the year, one, it helps you declutter, right? If there are things that you've been holding on to, throw most of it away and keep the ones that matter and put them in your book, in your journal, in your well book. And two, it's a really good way to pave the way, right? So if you want things in your life that are not there right now, um, you can start planning it out. Not even logistically, like, oh, how am I going to pay for this? But just putting it in your life where you see it, right? You know, I'm a visual person, so I really love to see things that I want in my life before they're actually in my life. I won't go into it, but this is an old journal. This is a new journal. So I got them at Blick. They were like super cheap. They were like $10 perhaps. This got me through some stuff. I'm not going to go into it. So it's really beautiful to be able to go back and compare and contrast the journey, right? Like, oh shit, I didn't think I was going to get through this. Guess what? The story continued. So it's a beautiful journey, because honestly, you do not know where you're going to be next year or the year before. Uh, it's not even about comparing and contrasting. It's about connecting, making the connections. How did I get here, right? How exciting that I can go to different places. So having said that, let me show you what I have. So this is my beautiful green journal. I love this color. Because I'm left-handed, I start it this way. Yeah, yes, this way. So again, I collect everything from everywhere I go, right? I'll explain a few things as I go, but let me share what I use to adhere, because this is not fine art. This is journaling. I keep glue sticks. I keep this really cool thing. It's like a little, I don't know what that means. It's a little thing, you know, like glue roller. I don't know, but it's dry and it's plastic and it's great and it's clean. My favorite part. And of course, we have our double-sided strips. Now, let me tell you about this really quick. So I'm an artist. I went to art school, but I was thinking about this recently. Like, what does a painting do? Like, what does a work of art do? What does a collage do? It does many things, but it really doesn't matter. It's really what you want it to do, right? As an artist, as a viewer, for me, as an artist, I went to art school thinking it would give me the tools to be an artist. But what the artist that they were going to produce was very different from the artist that I needed to be, right? I didn't know what kind of artist I wanted to be, but this is the artist I needed to be. I wanted my art to say something, to connect people, right? And I don't think that happens with a painting in a museum, unless you do, marketing, like, oh my God, come see the show. It's the hottest thing in town. Otherwise, it just sits there in some collection, right? But when you're an artist and you want it to be alive and you want community, which is what I want, when you want catharsis, which is what I want, when you want healing, which is what I want, it means so much more and you can do so much more. And I think journaling or keeping a book is part of that, right? Because yes, I have these collages that are framed in my wall and they're very meaningful actually, but this is kind of made with it's soul work, right? And again, this isn't for everybody, this is for me, but every time I open it, like whew, things jump out, right? So let me show you what I mean. So this is, I can't remember what day I started this, but I started this year maybe in November, I think. Yeah, it must have been November. No, September, because I took this to San Francisco and I got these stickers at the Folsom Festival. If you don't know what that is, look it up. And yeah, so, I mean, again, just things. This is from a letter I got, and it was just a nice... It's from the Netherlands, so it must be from Jewel. And this is really cool. I do not do this enough. I just did it a second ago, and I'm going to put this here. So I'm going to say this is from Jewel, who's an art fan. So just so I can remember, and yeah, and remember, right? Just why do I need to remember? Because I'm constantly in a sad loop, right? So there's certain things that have scarred me, and that is my memory automatically. So these books kind of give me a new track, right? Like my friend Jewel. This is from a cover of it's Murray Callis, and it's from a YouTube video for Enigma, which I love. At any rate, and that's me. Take pictures of yourself, my friends, please, 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 please. I'm not talking about the selfies. I'm talking about, sure, selfies are fine, but stage yourself, like have fun with yourself, with your body, because this is ephemera. This withers away. This is gonna fall, this isn't forever. So take pictures of the artwork that you are and put it in your book, frame it in the wall, like honor yourself, right? And this is a really good place to do that, because maybe you're not going to share it with people, but in 10 years I'm going to look at that and say, wow, look at my hair, or look at my hands. I don't know, but it's a really good place to do that, so I invite you to do that. I usually start with an intention as well, like just something that gives me power, because we live in a world that loves to take away our power by making us feel ugly, by making us part of the herd, whatever, right? So with this one, what did I write? I will not fill my silence with ambiguity. Yes. My thoughts align with my hands and feet. They are a deliberate dance that meets the universe halfway. Yes. As an adult, as I grow up, one of the most dangerous things that I've come to realize is ambiguity. Never be ambiguous about your feelings, about where you stand, right? And I'm not necessarily saying you have to go, shout it top of a mountain. No, you understand. You don't be ambiguous with yourself. Don't walk into situations that you feel mixed about. No, right? And meet the universe halfway. So you can use that if you want. You can put that in your journal. So, I mean, these are some notes that I was doing with the Arcana as we were doing them. And again, like a lot of them are just field notes. But this I did on the plane going to San Francisco in November, and I was really excited. I don't know if you can see this. I drew this this little drawing, and this is exactly what I wanted, right? Like, I just want a picture with my nieces, We're making a little Christmas tree, one on top of each other. I mean, it was fun, and we did that, right? We had tons of pictures. Actually, this is what came out of it, right? Like, this is precious, and I get to hold on to that in here, right, forever. Okay, so there is collage, I promise. Okay, here we go. So it doesn't matter how you do it, just do it. And again, these are from the collage kit and things that I'm holding on to. I like to collage and then write over the paper. This is some of the more recent stuff. Also, so this is, I make small collages with my scraps sometimes, and I just kind of throw them around. If you find them, put them in your book. It doesn't have to be, native to the book, like, oh, I made it on the book. There are no rules here. So just whatever you find that needs a place that might look like clutter, put it in the book, right? This was this past weekend or 2 weeks ago, and I was just keeping my hands busy. It was morning, I was having my coffee, and this is when I was a kid. I lived in apartments in LA in Pico Union. They were studio apartments, and I lived with my aunt and my grandma. And it was a tumultuous time. Like, I was always nervous because I always thought there was gonna be earthquakes. But when it was time to take a shower, I would always hear on the other side of the wall a voice singing, "I believe the children are our future." The Whitney Houston song. And it was Diane. I lived in a Latino community. She was the only Afro-Latino person for miles, and she was this beautiful girl my age, and she used to have this beautiful voice, and she sang. And I would like knock on the wall, and she would knock back. She was amazing. She had an accident at some point where her eye was hurt, so she used to wear a patch, and she was just really special. She was just so kind. She was one of the very few people who were so kind. One of the very few peers of mine that was very kind. So for whatever reason, I remembered her, and I said, "Diane, I love you wherever you are." So Diane, I love you wherever you are. So it's nice to kind of tap into these memories because, again, this is just for me, right? And if Diane sees it, great. If not, I know she feels the love. So that was fun. Listen, just take the whole page from a magazine and plop it on your book. I literally just added this to this beautiful picture and wrote, right? I am that child I want to adopt and protect. I am the daddy. I am the mommy. I mean, all these little stupid issues, I would never have this conversation with like my partner or with my friends, really. Well, maybe some friends. But it's just a safe place, right? So enough of that. I love this one. Look at this. I forget that I exist in this form. Yeah, I really do. I know. So it's okay. You can be as weird as you want here, and no one's gonna judge you because it's yours, right? So let's play. Oh, I love that. Okay, so like I said, scraps. So look at this, right? Like, God, how amazing is that? Okay, I went to the Met the other day, you guys, with Rashida and Rich, and we saw some porcelain stuff. So the Met is the biggest museum in the United States. It's here in New York, across the street from Central Park. It's not even across the street, it's nestled in Central Park. If you are ever in New York, you have to go. Well, you don't have to go, but it's nice because it was nice to go with Rich, who is, I think he's 10, to go with a young person and just to be like, okay, where do you want to go, kid? Do you want to go to Rome? Do you want to go to Asia? Do you want to go to Mexico? Do you want to go to Africa? Do you want to go to, like, it's all there. So we ended up going to Paris. We went to Asia to see the artwork. And then we went, my favorite place, next to the gift shop. We went to the lounge. They have a nice little lounge. I'm a member, so we get to go to the little lounge and just have some yummy snacks. The coffee was not so good, but we had, a cheese platter, which is always, fun. So that's cool. It's interesting, the things you find in museums. You put it to the side that they're all stolen, and but it's beautiful. It's yours. It's. I mean, for How problematic is that? I don't know. The thing is that it's there, so go see it. Every major city has a great museum with great collections, so take advantage of that. We're very lucky to have that. I was surprised that it wasn't too crazy because it was Christmas, and then we went to the gift shop, you guys. Oof! Don't get me started with the gift shop. So it's a good time to you know, debrief. Put it in your little journal. You don't have to go all crazy. You don't even have to feel bad or good about it. Just make a list of the things that you got to do this year. And I think that's the approach, right? The things that I got to do this year. Two things that I'm really happy about because I've been wanting to do the Arcana. I made my tarot cards. That was very exciting, and I was so happy that I was able to do that. And I love how it just kind of flowed out of me. It didn't feel labored, which is really important to me. And also, I made a zine, Divine Queer Skin, and that was really important to me because that was a love letter. Because I really do feel that a lot of our problems, especially in not problems, but a lot of our hurt, comes from the lack of love that we are taught to give ourselves. And as a queer person, there is a lot of anger in us because we're literally shunned from the community, even in a place like the United States where it's, you know, progressive, which it's really not. A lot of shame, a lot of sadness, a lot of disconnection, but mostly a lot of anger. And anger is corrosive. Anger can be very powerful and it'll get you far, but it's corrosive. If you just run on anger, you'll burn out really quick, get sick. It's real. So this zine, Divine Queer Skin, is all about how divine we are. Like, as people, as queers, as gay people, like I am an emanation of the divine, just like you. And my gayness is just the queer gayness that the universe is reflecting on me, right? I had a great dinner for Christmas, and there were four of us, four very different people, but the fact that we were together said that we had something in common, right? It could have been that we were all queer men. It could have been that we were all left-handed Geminis. I don't know. But we were ethnically very different. Our ages were kind of different. But we were connected, right? So we are more connected and similar than not, right? Is what I'm trying to say. And anyway, let me get off my high horse and get on this adventure. So again, if you're going through hell, keep going. And taking a moment to cut something intricate is a perfect way to start because it really centers you. Like I'm kind of, do you hear the cadence of my voice? Like it's kind of slowed down a little bit because I don't want to cut myself and I need to concentrate on the shapes that I'm cutting out, right? And if this is all you do, perfect. It's very meditative. I also changed my blade, so I better be careful. But look at this. I mean, and perhaps I don't do anything with this, but I just keep them. One good thing to do, actually, I don't know if this one has it. No. So sometimes I play the lotto, you guys, because I want to get out of here. No, sometimes these journals will have envelopes in the back, but you can just glue an envelope here or just even tape two of these sheets together and create your own envelope, and then you can keep your cutout pieces ready to go, right? So let me finish this guy real quick. I said I wanted to read a book before the end of the year, but the truth of the matter is I don't have that dexterity. I don't have that. I'm not in that place right now. But I did pick up from my library behind me a collection of short stories by Ray Bradbury. And I had read one and I was like, wow. And I'm the type of person that like needs to simmer with things. So I remember reading it and thinking, wow, this is amazing. Let me never pick up this book and just ponder the story. But I read the first two, and they're so beautiful. The story that I wrote is called The Foghorn, and it was just so beautiful. Okay, look. So, I mean, I kind of like the idea of, there we go. I burnished it, now it's going to live in the middle. How cool is that? A centerfold, you guys. Okay, so I'm going back to a story that I told you a bit ago. You know when I told you to go take pictures, to go do selfies? If that kind of felt uncomfortable, if it kind of inspired you, go look up Cindy Sherman. She is a very famous photographer who only takes pictures of herself. And it's a really positive way of dealing with your narcissism, honestly. You know what I mean? So do that. But that's really cool. And then you can put them in your book. So I don't know where I was going with that, but yes, please go do that because that's really important. Look at that. Okay, no, I need like color. You know I like color. So this is going to be my centerfold. Yeah. All right, so I Love Me Traveler Condé Nast. This is what I mean by putting things in your journal that you want, right? Like, okay, this is just an obvious win. But look at this. Okay, this is kind of cool too. Ooh, I guess I'm setting myself up for adventure, huh? But you guys, I love posh things, you guys. I love, love, love curated spaces. Like what? I'll show you, like what. I don't want to be cold, though. Like, I've been wanting to go to Alaska, but I don't want to be cold. Like, look at... Yeah, I think I need that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. I love a cacti. Look at that. Let's go have coffee there. I don't know if I would eat dinner there. It's too geometric. I like to be more like, you know, rounded off when I'm eating so I can fit better. Look at that. Also, you guys, if you live in the United States, our architecture is really boring. I've been going on a bender on YouTube videos on Chinese architecture. You guys, they live in the future. I'm not even kidding. There's this beautiful mall. Yeah, it's a mall, whatever. But it's this beautiful space that looks like a mountain and in effect a pyramid with trees. It's called 1,000 Trees, I think. And it's in Taiwan, I think. I don't know. The thing is that I want to go to China now. Does anybody know anything about China? Let me know. Look at this. Yes. I like that. I do. Okay. I have a predilection for pretty beds. Okay. So also, you know, you need your scissors, so have these ready to go. This is a fun thing to do in a group too, right? So if you want to have a party, a journaling party, that'd be nice. Okay, look, I'm going to use this. This is fantastic, you guys. I wish I knew what it was called. Does anybody know? Put it in the comments for each other. Thank you. I love when you guys leave comments and speak to each other. I love that. That's what I mean by community. So if someone knows something here and you want to share it, leave it in the comments. All right, look at that. So, I mean, you have to kind of play with it, right? Because it is a book and it is... Whoosh. But see, that's the fun thing. Like, you can be not precious about it here. Or you can cut it. And no one's none the wiser. There we go. Now I just need this. Actually, then this comes in handy. Because sometimes it'll buckle, and that's fine, I don't care. But let me be as neat as I possibly can, because I know I'm fussy. Okay. That works, you guys. Look at that. Maybe I'll do the same here. You see that? Set yourself up for success. And then you can write here. Look at this beautiful space to write. Right? Ooh, look at that. Oh, I think I've just created a beautiful block right? To write. Look at this. This is a neon square that's kind of like contact paper, so I'll use that in a minute. What I do want to use is this guy. Look at this. So because you don't have to be perfect ever, I'm just gonna cut out a strip. Look at that. It doesn't need to be all the cactus. It's just ooh, I like that too. But I just want this. Look at that. Oh, come on. How brilliant is that? There we go. All right, so the year is ending. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna celebrate? I'm probably gonna be at home reading my Bradbury book. Ray Bradbury. Have you read any of his stuff? Then I looked him up on YouTube. What a life. I'd love to be a writer, you guys. Okay. But I have enough passion projects going. One of them needs to make money first. If you're an artist, I know you know. Look at this. Okay. So it's gotten really gloomy. It's kind of warm outside, and I think it's gonna rain, but it's weird. It's like humid. See how I've taken the exact same one image, and that's enough to create some pattern? Ooh, yes. Look at that. So you don't need a lot. And it doesn't have to make sense, right? So if you do this, please share, show me, put it on Instagram, or you can DM me. I love it when people DM me with their work that they don't necessarily want to share, but are comfortable sharing with me, so thank you. I don't know what I'm going to do with this neon sign on the floor. Technical difficulties. Okay. And then, I mean, I made a pattern, but look, what if I... Yeah, put some ocean for a second. Break up the monotony, guys. There we go. And also, Joanne sent me some dots. Joanne knows the way to my heart. Oh, here they are. Look at this. Joanne, you're amazing. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Doop, 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 doop. And again, we want contrast, right? Look at that. And this is where you try new things on a smaller scale. This is your sketchbook. This is your ashtray. This is your pillow. This is your friend. This is your confessional. This is my confessional. If I see you down the street, don't blur out my secrets. It's okay. Yes. So I can stop here and then have this be my writing space, or I can continue, right? Ooh, I had cut out this bed, but maybe this bed does not belong there. Yes, I think this is enough. I'm just looking around, you know. So I always have random things, you guys. You should always have random things. So I'm gonna use this. This is from a collage that I made. So I printed a collage on a large sticker, I guess. Not a sticker. I literally just put it in my printer, and put it on public spaces. Go make public art, you guys. Just print it on a big label and put it on a wall. Okay, see? Perfect. Yes. I love it. But something's telling me, like, okay, you need more, kiddo. You need more. But you need to be kind of cool. The road. Let me draw the road. So, you know, the road is never a straight line. It's windy, right? So what if I illustrate that? I'm such a cute little kid. So I have a weird thing where I don't like I'm a collage artist, right? I like images. I respect images. So there's pictures of kids, there's pictures of, you know, whatever. I treat them accordingly. So I didn't want to cut that little kid. Okay, look at this. This can represent the road. Oh, now we're talking. Coolios. Yes, maybe we need a little bit less road. Ooh, it almost looks like a snake too, which I kind of like. I like snakes. I mean, not in person, but I like the idea of them. Okay, this is look at that. What a scene, right? Okay. What do I want to use? Let's use our double stick tape. Oh, you know what we can do now? Now I can put this guy. Look at this. So if you're doing this and you're like, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to start, the best way I can describe of what I want you to do here is create noise. Just create noise, right? Like you see this bum 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 bum. That's all noise, right? So just fill your page up with noise. That's a really good place to start. And see, I just created a nice little background noise. I'm scratching. I mean, you guys, it's all symphonic, I promise. Dun, 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 dun. I started saying, so you know it's a good thing. Okay, where are you? Do you see my... I have lost it. A long time ago. Here it is. But it all surfaces, right? See? You know what I would love? A big letter. Okay. So this is my New Year's spread. How fun. I'm glad that I was gravitating towards this horse guy because now he represents my sense of adventure for 2024. Okay. You hear the traffic outside? Oh my god. It's been so beautiful in my neighborhood because everyone's gone. I live in a very young neighborhood, so everyone's a transplant from somewhere else, and it's so nice not to see anybody in the streets. I don't like them, you guys. They're just really young people who... Anyway, okay, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. That's how you know I'm old. Okay, I like that, but you know what? I did all of that work to cut that I kind of want to put something in the background. Ooh, look at that. So you can see and you can appreciate all of my work, right? So let's just do this. And look what happens. See? Now, again, more noise, right? More... There we see, perfect. Now you really see the depth, right? The background, the foreground, this guy. And I think I'm going to continue with a journaling prompt, right? Like I'll, at some point when something strikes me, do you see that? That happens all the time, you guys. Everything you need is within your arm's reach, but sometimes it's going to be this way, where it's so thin it disappears. I usually look for it this way and give up if I don't find it, but it's right there, just like that. So stupid. I learn that lesson every day. Okay. Yes, thank you. This is very cool. I had something else in my pile I wanted to show you. This. So this is cool. I love thought bubbles. I do a lot of them. So this is from a big label again. And now I'm just going to put it here. I cut it out myself and you know, so it looks like the horse is speaking. Dun, 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 dun. I don't like this little white border. Voila. Okay, I'm done. You guys, this is my page. Let's look at it. So I took a moment, I opened my journal, and I meditated. I took an image and I cut it carefully and then just created noise for it to kind of live on, kind of a track, right? If you will, if you want to continue this music analogy, if this is the song, this is the voice, these are all the notes, this is the beat, right? And it's kind of carrying it. And I haven't decided what the music, what the words are going to say, but that's fine. That's part of the process, especially one that you can learn in your journal, right? Because it's not here yet, but maybe I'll be traveling and I'll have a note and I'm like, ooh, go to the cafe on 6th and, South North 7th Street. And that would be a great note, actually, right? So I love it. And you see how, like, rickety it is? It's like wrinkled, but it does its job. This is me right now, right? So I'm going to close this and welcome 2024 with a sense of adventure, and never fear, right? Never fear, because it always works out for you at the end. It never looks the way it's supposed to, or the way you think it's gonna, but it might be better than you expected. So I am Luis Martin, the art engineer. Thank you for 2023. That was spectacular. I invite you to be part of the art fam and be part of the patrons and get in on this magic. There's always great stuff at store for you in this Collage Dream adventure. All right, I will see you here, there, and everywhere you take your phone. Happy future.
Picture me upon your knee with tea for two and two